Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Red Dragon. And Red Dragon asks my opinion of animal sacrifice. And Red Dragon offers these following ideas on the subject that he would like me to address. And the first is whether animal sacrifice is a good and appropriate thing because it helps to build one's relationship to the deity in question, and also because it forces you to consider your own mortality and the cycle of life and death, or whether animal sacrifice is a horrible thing because it does harm to the animal and is causing pain or so forth. And if I consider it to be a horrible thing, is this not a little hypocritical when we consider that all things have spirit, and that if there is pain for the end of one life, there's pain for the end of another? So what does the poor carrot feel? What does the lettuce feel? What does the flower feel? If all things are alive, aren't we being rather hypocritical to say it's okay to kill one but not another? And my answer to this, is actually rather typically Corellian. I'm not really going to come at it from any of those angles, but rather from a practical one. And the first thing I would say is that there are certain religions which practice animal sacrifice and have done so for thousands of years, such as the African religion of Ifa. And at one time, all of the world's religions practiced animal sacrifice, and most of them moved beyond it. But a few still practice it, and my opinion is that it really is not right for me to criticize their ancestral practice, and that really, although I would think they would be better advised to move beyond it, it's not my call. And so if one belongs to one of those religions which has an unbroken line of this practice, it really is up to them to decide what they want to do in the future. For those people who don't come from that background, for people practicing modern Western paganism, I think any suggestion of reviving the practice of animal sacrifice is foolish in the extreme. There are a number of reasons it's foolish, including the fact that socially it would be very unacceptable, but also the simple fact it's not necessary and not particularly effective in my point of view. Yes, it is effective within that ancient religious context, but many other things are just as effective and more easily so. And so I don't see any reason one would want to do something more difficult for less effect. So it isn't really a matter of whether the chicken is worth more than the carrot, but it is, in my opinion, not a practice that I would want to encourage for the future. I think that it is something that those pagan religions which have left behind for good reasons, and I think it's not really something that should be revived. If you're continuing it in an ancient religion that you come from, well, that's your business. And I really have no opinion on that, except, again, I think in the future they probably will be well advised to move away from it, but only they can make that decision. Now, having said all that, I'm not particularly upset about it. And, when it comes to things such as Ifa, for example, my basic answer to the issue of Ifa animal sacrifice is that a chicken is a food animal. And if it doesn't die that way, it's going to die some other way, which probably will not be as humane. Because I believe that within that religion, they are fairly humane about it. And I would not want to see it picked up in modern religions, but within ancient religions, like I say. I don't really feel it's my call, and I don't feel that it's the call of anyone likely to be watching this video either. And I think that we need to respect those practices just as we would like them to respect ours. So, at any rate, those are my thoughts on the matter, and I hope you find them interesting, and until next time, may you blessed be. Today's vlog is brought to us by the term offering.
Offering. An offering is a gift dedicated to a deity or spirit. Many different terms exist to qualify the type of offering meant. A votive offering, for example, given in fulfillment of a vow. The practice of making offerings is very ancient, and the offering must be understood to be symbolic in nature, an act of respect and honor that strengthens the bond between the deity or spirit and the offerer, rather than as giving sustenance to the spirit.